Right, I was hoping to come back for this episode and say that the response to the TNS defeat has been an absolute success. And it has been for the most part, until the last two games happened when we've decided to make things a bit more difficult for ourselves. Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend, episode 6 with Swansea University. My name is Craig and coming up in today's episode we have two games for you, one in the league against Flantwit Major, I hope I pronounced that correctly, and away against Tafts Well in the JD Welsh Cup quarter-final, if I can remember the name of it. Now, since you were last with me, form since that TNS defeat has been very, very good. Again, coming back to the intro, the last two matches though, less so. 2-2 draws back to back, where we just performed terribly. I don't know why the match engine decides that our players are just going to play like absolute fools now, like they've never played together before. But what it has done to the league table, I mean, we are still top of the league, thankfully, by 9 points, with just 7 games to go now. But I've tried to do a little bit of maths for how many points we actually need to secure promotion. I think it's around 70 or 71, which means we're going to need probably another 4 victories. Now, 4 victories from 7 matches, completely doable, but it'll only happen if we keep on winning and not giving away stupid goals and stupid draws like this against the likes of Manford and Nishir. I wonder if we drew against Nishir because I literally cannot pronounce that name. It's absolutely ridiculous. On top of that, the transfer window is also closed and we've had the loss of one player who I have mentioned in previous episodes. Hubert Matras has left us. He's gone back to Poland to a team called Stowmill and he's actually being paid, it's a whopping £625 per week. I think while we're at Swansea Uni, without any European football, we'll never be paying that sort of money. Don't really blame Matras for wanting to go back home to his native Poland. He's been very, very good to us, and the fact that we kept him for half a season, yeah, you know what, he's done what he can for us. He's already been doing very, very well, apparently, for Stowmill, so he's going to be a loss, and I've tried to replace him on the left side of midfield. Didn't manage to get anybody in because there was nobody available on a free or even on loan. But we did bring in 2 players. We brought in John Luca Levy, a central midfielder, Jamaican international, 25 years of age, 3-star current ability, with apparently 5-star potential. I don't know how likely he is to hit that at 25. He's already played a couple of games for us. He's still building match fitness, so we'll see how he does. Although he will be getting more game time because Michael Adu has just picked up a 5 to 6 week injury. Also, we have picked up David Nugent on a free, the same David Nugent, who apparently has a 1 cap and 1 goal for England. Just based on that, I don't know why he didn't actually play many more times for England, but whatever. He's here, he's played a couple of games, again just building match fitness up as well. And at 37 years of age, he's not going to be getting anything more than that sweet amateur contract. So good luck to him. If he wants to be paid again, he's leaving us at the end of the season. But chances are he will be playing a part for us up front because we only have, well, Brown Sterling, that's it, because he's been out of the team for a while with an injury. We've got Brown Sterling and Shirley up front, but Travis Gregory, who can also play up front, he's most likely going to be playing on the wings because we have a lack of numbers now of wingers. And for anyone wondering why we just don't play narrow, well, we don't have an attacking midfielder and we've just lost one of our central midfielders in Michael Adu for 5 to 6 weeks, so we have to continue using wingers and attacking wingers for the foreseeable future, which is exactly what we're going to be doing in the first match of this episode. So here's going to be the first 11 for the match against Flantwit Major. So Ackers is still in goal, a back four of Edmondson, Huddart, Bamford and Pilkington, with Gregory as the attacking midfielder on the left, Levy, Chambers and Leslie as the midfield 3. I'm not impressed by Joe Leslie lately. That sounds like an absolute tongue twister. Let me go, do that again. I've not been impressed with Joe Leslie in recent matches because he just has not performed very well. Overall this season, he's done okay. He's done fairly well. He's filled in well for Sim Mulvaney, and I'm not impressed with Sim Mulvaney either, although he's just been out with an injury for 3 weeks. He's on the bench. He can only play a maximum of 75 minutes, so we might see him come on at some point in this game. And of course, Brown, Sterling and Shirley are the two players up front. So we're just going to get into this match, and I'm hoping that we can get back some of the points that we lost in the last 2 games. 3 points is an absolute must. Must have at least 2 under-19 players. Oh, okay. That's why. Where is he? Elliot Owen. That's fine. We'll just have him on the bench, and that'll be absolutely fine. Alright, first match of the episode coming up right now, and I'm noticing there's a lot more fans in the stadium now compared to the beginning of the season. I'm going to guess all the uni students just want to see if a promotion is actually going to happen. I think the last time that Swansea Uni won the league, the second tier that we're in right now, was back in 2020, but they didn't get promoted because the season was cut short due to a certain worldwide pandemic. But I think this hopefully will end up being a season of redemption. We win the title, we go up to the Welsh Premier for next season, which means we'll be facing the likes of TNS and Bala and Connors Key, I think, another big team up there, on a regular basis, which will either be horrifying or fascinating for us. And Reece Shirley, on the mention of those 3 absolutely fantastic teams, has realised he's desperate to play them next season, and he puts us 1-0 up after just 30 seconds. Makes a difference from the last match. We conceded in 33 seconds. So this is a nice little change of pace for us this time around. Free kick with Edmondson on the right hand side, and there's Brown Sterling who just powers a header into the back of the net. No, the players have had the rally cry from me. They've had the team talks before this one. They know how important promotion is. They know that the redemption story for Swansea after just 3 years before. They want the Welsh Premier for next season, and I absolutely do not blame them. Corner with Edmondson to take. He always on the right hand side, I've noticed. He seems to swap with Pilkington quite a lot. So usually Pilkington ends up on the left hand side, which is weird. Chambers. And I don't know how to change that in the instructions, by the way. I think even if I do, it doesn't make a bit of a difference. Oh, what are you doing, man? Who was that? That was Bamford. Normally so reliable. Come on, man. Oh, thank you, Edmondson. You've turned up today. Do you show up just for the cameras or something? Shirley is through here, and Shirley has just bagged his 38th goal. Oh my God, his 38th goal of the season. I did not realise he was so close to 40. Oh, this man is lethal. I thought Brown Sterling was on form recently. I have not kept up with how many goals Shirley has scored this season. 38. The man is a monster. And I am absolutely here for it. I love it. Keep going. Get to 50 if you can. Absolutely nothing has happened for the rest of the first half, and we are half-time. 2-0. Very, very happy with that. Doing well getting shots away. Let's continue that for the second half. Hopefully if we make any changes, it won't be till about halfway through the second half. That would hopefully just be for like tiredness and etc, etc. Pilkington on the ball. Back to Bamford. Tries to play it forward to Leslie, who he does find. The defender was way too slow. Brown Sterling couldn't get to the ball. And the ball is turned over. But it's been turned over again back to us. Bamford into Shirley. Shirley has just about got away from the defender and puts the ball wide. But what we are going to do, though, is we are going to make a couple of changes. Michael Collins is going to come on for Tom Bamford, who's tired. Edmondson is also tired, but I don't have a left back on the bench. Fantastic. He's just going to have to carry on for the moment. Reece Shirley is tired, so what we are going to do, Nugent is going to come on. Actually, one thing I should have mentioned, I've made a change to, we don't actually play with a target forward. Since before the last game, where we drew, I've started playing with a deep line forward. It is something that Brown Sterling can play, and also Nugent can actually play as well. It's a position a role he prefers. So let's see if it works for him. Also, deep line forward is someone who's just going to drop into midfield a little bit more, so hopefully it will give us an extra man to use in midfield, which we absolutely need more often than not. Our midfield just gets utterly exposed, especially when one of them goes forward and it just leaves one ball-winning midfielder left in midfield. And what a rocket that was from Brown Sterling. If that had gone in, wouldn't have even been his best goal of the season. Mulvaney's going to come on and get himself a few minutes. And I'm thinking of Benjamin Heel. He will come on for Luke Chambers, who's looking a bit leggy. Levy, he doesn't have as much match fitness, but he's still not that tired, so let's see if we can get a full 90 minutes out of him. I will be very happy with that. He's going to need it. Like I said, Michael Adu, I didn't say what he was actually out with. It's a sports hernia. He won't be back till around mid-March. So don't expect to see him until maybe in the next episode, depending when we come back. But that is a very good 3-0 victory. 3 points on the board. We absolutely needed that. Very happy with the result, the way they played. Let's just get some confidence back in the boys after the last 2 results. Right, 6 games left of the season. We are going to take a bit of a break from the league just for a moment because we have made a cup run in the JD Welsh Cup. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in the second half of this episode. So I did mention we were in the quarterfinals of the JD Welsh Cup, and we are away against Tafts Well for this next match. But just to show you who's actually left in the tournament, the biggest teams left are Bala and Connors Quay. TNS got knocked out like 1 or 2 rounds ago, but Bala and Connors Quay are actually facing each other. They're the 2 biggest teams left in the whole tournament from the Welsh Premier, which means there will only be one of them left. So the possibility of actually winning this whole trophy is actually there. I mean, I doubt it, but who actually knows? We do have a bunch of teams as well from our division in there. Afan Lido, Tafts Well. Yeah, the normal bigger teams from our division, they are sort of still there. But possibly we could win this whole tournament. Of course, it means that we do have to win this match. So with a week between each of the games now, between now and the end of the season, we are more or less going almost full strength with our starting 11. So a couple of changes. Roos is coming in for Ackers because he is the cup goalkeeper now, and Mulvaney will come in on the right hand side of the midfield for Joe Leslie. Other than that, it is as you were, although actually Huddart is going to be on the bench as well because Collins is starting in place of him. Also worth noting, Elliot Owen has gone back to his parents' club. I can't remember who it was, but I did take him out of the last starting 11, and that seems to be the straw that broke the camel's back for the parent club, because apparently they just wanted us to play him as a regular starter, which was never going to happen. He was a tall player. That's all I could really say about him. He didn't really play as much after the first maybe 2 months of the season, so he just became a bit part player. So yeah. When there's nothing else I can actually say. He's gone back, which means we're relying on the existing and remaining central defenders that we have. So Huddart, Bamford and Collins, who are already here anyway. And well, they're ones who are already starting each of the matches anyway. And that means the likes of Warren Hudson has just moved up the pecking order, who hasn't played for like 4 months, I'm sure, at this point. I don't know how he's still here. I say that, I kind of want him to remain around the club until at least the end of the season because he is a homegrown player, and we need homegrown players in the registration of our squad. Demarlio Brown Sterling putting us 1-0 up after just shy of 6 minutes. He wants a semi-final appearance, so it would be quite nice to get another semi-final and possibly even a cup final under our belts in the first season. Couple that with winning the league title, not doing the league title, winning the league title and having a promotion, I would call that a very, very successful season. Certainly something I don't think the Swansea Uni fans or the board would probably have anticipated at the start of the season. And there is Demarlio Brown Sterling. I thought it was Shaw for some reason scoring. Nope. He was just behind Brown Sterling. He just covered his name off completely. But Brown Sterling bagging his second of the game, 14 minutes in. Wouldn't bet against him getting a hat-trick, to be honest, at this point. Poor position by their goalkeeper, but who cares? It's back of the net. As long as it's in, I'm happy. Chambers recovering the ball very, very nicely. Very good ball-winning midfielder he is. I really do like him. He also likes to dictate the tempo, just switching the play over all the time. Gregory, just play it in, man. Edmondson plays the ball in, and Shirley was blocked off there. It doesn't matter. Mulvaney has the ball and puts it into the back of the net. Very happy for him to score there. He is someone who owes me a performance. He owes us a performance. He's not had a great time over the last couple of months. I know he was injured for about 3 weeks just before the last game. But it's good to see him back in the team, back in among the goals, and hopefully get himself back into some form. Taswell trying to break here. Just stop him, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, Collins. You did well to get back there. Nice little header back. That's good. Actually, one header that Edmondson did a couple of games before. I didn't show this. I probably should have. Where Edmondson headed the ball back to his own goalkeeper when Akers was in goal. And for some reason, Akers just let the ball roll in to the back of the net. I don't know why. I don't know what happened there in the match engine, but it was very strange. And it cost us 2 points. Kind of made me a little annoyed before I actually hit the recording. And what a header by Shirley. Rose like a salmon. Oh, heading the ball over the goalkeeper. I don't know why he rose like a salmon. I don't know where that came from. But this is a beautiful ball in by Collins. Just see Shirley making the run. And Shirley gets to it just before the goalkeeper. It is 4-0 before half-time. Lovely stuff. I was about to say we're going into half-time 4-0. Oh, it could have been 5, but the goalkeeper makes a good save on the line from Shirley. And that will be half-time 4-0. Very good. Please keep it up in the second half, lads. Please bag maybe 1 or 2 more. Just to really put Taswell out of their misery. That would be very much appreciated. Edmondson, don't head it back to your keeper. Nice one. Well done for bringing the ball down. That's something I've been trying to teach you on the training ground. There is... Oh, Shirley, he has the ball there. And he shoots. And it is just over. Good. Oh, not just over. It was saved by the goalkeeper. We have a corner out of it, which is good. Mulvaney's going to take this one. Not Edmondson for once. Poor corner, actually. I don't know why Mulvaney was bothering to take that. He's going to take the left corner as well. Really? Oh, it's off the bar. I thought that was in. Oh, I thought that was just over the line, but it is just been cleared. Chambers. Pilkington. We come again. Mulvaney. Back to Chambers. He is like sort of our playmaker, isn't he? Without being a playmaker. Mulvaney plays it in. Oh, and it's just been tipped around by... what? It was a goal kick? I thought that was tipped around. Edmondson with the throw-in. It's good to see him on the left-hand side for once, not the right. Plays it back to Bamford, forwards to Chambers. I was about to say have a shot, but maybe don't. Oh, I thought that was in. Okay. Game just lagged there, but I actually thought that was in. I've just realised I've not made a single substitution. That's something I'm going to have to think about for after this highlight. Mulvaney on the right-hand side. Leslie will probably come on for him. Mulvaney, make a cross? Nope. Chambers. Into Pilkington. Pilkington crosses it. Into Levy. And Levy gets his first goal for the club. John Luca Levy, the Jamaican international, making his presence felt. And now that he's building that all-important match fitness, he is starting to figure more into how we play. And helping create chances when and as needed. In this case, making a goal. Scoring a goal. You can tell it's Sunday evening. You really can. I can't speak English at the moment. Right, a couple of substitutions. Mulvaney is going to come off for Leslie. Elliot Jones can come on for Edmondson. He's going to need some match fitness anyway. And, no, hang on. David Nugent is going to go on for Brown Sterling. That is going to be the only changes. I don't like making 5 changes all at the same time. I think that just disrupts things too much. I usually just like making 2, but I've just realised in this case I've made 3. But whatever. 5-0 after 82 minutes. Leslie into Pilkington. And there is Chambers. Oh my god, that's a beautiful finish. And it's a goal that his performance deserves, to be honest. He's bagged 1 or 2 of those goals from outside the area this season. And that's just another example of it. Look at this. First time as well. With his right foot. That's not an easy shot. Very well done. I was also about to say this is about to be full time, but there is now a free kick for Taswell. At this stage, I'd say it's a bit needless, but whatever. I suppose they want to get themselves a consolation. Apparently, that's a bit disappointing. There's no such thing as a clean sheet bonus at this level, so yeah, we'd rather just have the clean sheet, to be honest. But 6-1, I'm not going to complain. Very good performance, and we are into the semi-finals of the JD Welsh Cup. Lovely stuff. Let's just see when the actual draw is going to be. If we can have it in this episode, then we know exactly what we're facing next time that we will come back. Alright, it is JD Welsh Cup semi-final draw today. I haven't actually seen the other results from the quarterfinals, although I've just seen one of the teams that's left in it. So Bala did beat Connor's Key. You got Chirk. Who are Chirk? Oh, they're from the Kimber North. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is it the Simra North or the Kimber North? I'm not sure, but regardless, we've got the semi-final, and we've got potential opponents of Bala, Chirk, or Carnarvon. I was about to say Swansea Uni. We are Swansea Uni. So Bala are first out of the hat. I would rather avoid Bala, even if it means we do face them potentially in the final. Right, okay, that's good. I will take that. Chirk will be playing against Bala unless Chirk can do us a favour. But that means we will have to try and get past... Oh, we didn't come up? Oh, there we are. We will have to try and get past Carnarvon. So, they are our opponents. They're in the same division. No, they're not. Why don't I think they're in the same division as us? They're in the Premier League. They are 8th, so they're mid-table. Okay. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I think that's a doable, difficult but doable tie that we could yet get through. Right, we are going to come back for that semi-final. In fact, that's literally it'll just be playing the Abergavenny match offline, and then it'll be Carnarvon and Carmarthen. Wow, I'm not going to get confused at all for the next episode, before we then get into the final 2 games of the season for the episode after. So we will be done with the season by next Wednesday, effectively. And by then we will know whether we will be in the Welsh Premier. We'll also know if we're going to be in a cup final as well. Hey, exciting times to end the season. Who could have thought it? If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss the end to this season that is coming up over the next few days. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support on this series so far. I hope you have a great week, a great weekend, and look forward to seeing you all in the next video.